Guys, we're here, we're here, we're here, we're here, we're here. We're live, we're live, we're live, we're live. El Clasico. Before we even get into it and so forth, I think we might be in for potentially, I don't hope I'm not into it. I think we could be in for potentially one of the games of the season. Um, when these teams first met in the first game, where Modric did that whole side foot thing, man, crazy goal that he scored. Barca were still figuring themselves out. Real was sort of maybe on somewhat better form, but remember, even coming into that game, Barca were people thought Barca would beat Real, and then Real said what's up, and then we're saying whenever Zidane has his back against the wall, he always says, well, what's up? But the beauty about this game is Barcelona are really on form. They're really on blistering form right now, and I think they are playing the best football that they've played in a long time, in a probably since the Valverde days. And Real Madrid are coming off schooling and big boying and just test tubing Liverpool on Tuesday. So Real are looking very good. They're looking amazing. And I think if you just bring up the table now, man, this is where things are at. And can we please ignore the team that's in first? Please? Let's ignore the team that's first because those guys are bombs, man. That's why we have it. So Barca with 65 points, Real with 63 points. The most informed team in the entire league is Barca. They've won their last 5 games. So Barca are in incredible form. They've scored the most goals. They're looking money and they have the best goal difference. So if Real win, they then would go a point ahead of Barcelona. If Barcelona were to win, they would then stretch their lead to 6, to 4, 5, 6, about 4, 5 points ahead of Barcelona. So basically, they'll be 5 points ahead of Barcelona if they get that victory. 5 points isn't assailable, but based on how informed Barca are, 8 games left, 5 point swing. You'd expect Barca to clean that through with their toughest game being Atletico Madrid, which could perhaps decide their entire league. So both Barca and Real Madrid are bearing down on Atletico. So I think that maybe the first thing that will go, because I want to do lineups afterwards, because I want us to make lineups. But I think before we do that, the importance of this game. That's where I think that's where I want to start. I want to talk about the importance of this game. So let me bring in Madrid, man. How crucial and how important do you think this game is for Real Madrid? Do you think this game is a potential title decider, or this game won't decide the title because there's still games to go?
Personally, I think that first, this game is more important for Barcelona than Madrid because it's the only important title that they can win this season. But for us, Madrid, I think that if we manage to win this game, then we're going to win La Liga because we know that we have the example of last season when Zidane was under pressure. In the last, I think, 11 games, we won all of them straight. So I think this is the last obstacle for us. And if we manage to get the 3 points tomorrow, then the title is for us.
Oh, so, okay. So you believe that if Real get the win, title is yours?
Yes.
Okay. Zeman, do you agree with that? That's whoever wins this wins the title.
For us, yes, because I believe that in terms of best performances against small clubs, I think we can get the job done. In terms of our other fixtures, aside from Atletico Madrid might be a challenge, but I don't necessarily think they're going to be that difficult to stop, considering that we're at home. So in terms of what this game represents, it's not only in terms of the league table, but it also represents Barcelona going forward, in the sense that this represents how good are we at coming at big games. How good are we at showing up in big games? Because it's been something that I've been questioning, throughout the season. I mean, you look at the game against PSG, you look at the game against Juve at home, you look at the Super Cup, you look at the Real Madrid and Atletico Madrid game. this season, we haven't necessarily performed up to par. So this is a mentality test. So it's important for us in the long hallway run and just getting that right mindset. And it is important for us in terms of winning the league.
So then you agree with Madrid that whoever wins this wins the title?
I don't necessarily think.
So if Real were to win, do you still think Barca can still win the title if Real Madrid won this game?
Yes. I still think we would be in it, but the thing is, I kind of think that with Real, it's more so I could see them dropping a couple of points down the line, but with us, this could not only damage our league race in terms of, if Real have been staying constant like they have been for the past couple of games in La Liga, this also damages us going into the Atletico Bilbao final in the Copa del Rey. So I could see us still winning it if Real Madrid end up winning this tie.
87. Where do you stand in this in terms of whoever wins this game?
Yeah, as other people said, I think whichever team wins this game, I think could possibly go on to win the league. Because let's face it, Atletico Madrid, I think they're feeling the pressure right now, and I think your guys already seen like I think some of their key players are already like injured, like Suarez is injured, and I think I heard Llorente is suspended for the Betis game, and and Atletico have some tough fixtures coming up. So I think for me, whichever team wins this game, I think I'm not going to go and say they'll win the league for sure, because I think that's, there's always the off chance, but I do say they are probably the favorites to win the league.
Mo, the importance of this game.
Yeah, look, I kind of agree with what AD7 just said. It makes them favorites, but it doesn't end things. For Barca, it gives them, like, if they win, they'll be more favorites, because if Real Madrid win, they're only 1 point ahead of Barca, and then you drop one game, you could lose it. Whereas Barca, they still have that safety net. If they win, they have 5 points. Obviously, we're assuming that Atletico are going to lose the league, obviously. But if you look at the remaining schedule, Barca does have some harder games than Real Madrid. They still have to host Atletico. I think they still have to visit. Actually, Real Madrid have to visit Athletic Bilbao, which isn't easy either. Celta Vigo, Barca, they always struggle versus Celta Vigo for some reason. There you see the Atletico Madrid game. So their schedule isn't that easy. But because of that safety net, if Barca were to win tomorrow, I think they give themselves more of a chance. Real Madrid, if they win, they definitely give themselves a very good chance, because as Madrid mentioned, last season when it came down to it, Real Madrid won 11 consecutive games. Didn't matter who they faced, they just won. They win those clutch games. So if Real Madrid win, they also make themselves favorites, but there's less of a safety net, especially now that they have the Champions League to think about too. It's not just league games like last season.
Okay, so I want to go into lineups now. I want to go into lineups, but let me just quickly hit some of the dubs that I didn't go through. So I think this dub is from the Q&A. So this is from LSK Laxon, the loser called LSK Laxon, who says, does Zad pass the eye test for most Big Macs eaten? LSK Laxon, keep hating. Chelsea are 50% of the way there. If Chelsea get the job done, LSK Laxon, I'm going to clown your hating ass, bro. So let me bring this up right now. So let's look at Real Madrid. What's a potential Real Madrid thing it could look like? So Madrid, take it away. So I suppose Courtois in goal?
Yes, Courtois.
So back four?
Mendy, Nacho, Militao, and Vasquez.
Okay, because they're still injured, man. So Militao, Vasquez. Guys, remember live chat, man. Hit that like button, guys. Hit that like button. Let's get those likes up, guys. Let's get those likes up. So it's 4-3-3, innit?
Yeah.
I suppose this is so Casemiro. I take it.
Yeah, Casemiro. But now that we have Valverde, I don't know which.
So Who? So let's say you are Zidane. Who are the two you would go with, knowing that you're going up against Barcelona and you know how Barcelona play? Which are the two guys you would go with?
Knowing Barcelona, I personally think that Barcelona would prefer not to play against Valverde because he's the type of player to always be
Box, and he's also box to
disturbing.
box. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that for teams who like Barcelona who like to pass the ball on the ground, his presence is more disturbing. So I
So
think he would be more efficient against Barcelona. But knowing Zidane, I know he'll play the
no. I want to know who you. So you basically you're saying, but I want to know what you're gonna say. So Valverde and who here? Modric or Cruz?
Cruz.
Okay. And then of course, well, so who are you rolling with? Are you so Rodrigo? So is this Vinicius and Asensio?
Yeah, Vinicius and Asensio.
Okay. Okay, so let me come to the Barca guys, man. So Barca guys, if you look at that lineup, specifically, you've got Valverde here. So no Modric, but you've got Valverde here as well. You obviously got Vasquez in at right back, the natural Militao centre back. Is this a lineup that you're fearful of, or a lineup you think that can be exposed? Let me come first to Z-Man.
With this lineup, I see certain exposures in terms of Dembele not necessarily playing on the left and right, just kind of running between the lines. I could definitely see that. I could definitely see Casemiro having to defend that, as well as Messi's outlet and creativity and shot taking. You also have the thing is, I would be much fearful of a Modric starting because of his ability to control the tempo and link up plays with Benzema. I think their danger line is going to be Asensio, and I think it'll be Luis Vasquez and Vinicius Jr. Considering that we play with like a four in the middle, and both Dest and Jordi Alba tend to go high. They tend to play more of a wing back position, which leaves gaps for him to which leaves gaps for Real Madrid to exploit. I could definitely see that. Vinicius is definitely going to be a danger man. But yeah, I would say that this is more like we can deal with this lineup. But again, this lineup, it's a matter of I'm fearful of what Benzema can do. Considering
and Vinicius, and also I think
Vinicius,
said it before,
Vinicius definitely.
It depends what Vinicius shows up, because if it's good Vinicius, that's going to be a problem.
No, the thing about Vinicius is he's going to be a danger man, but Benzema, when De Jong, who's playing as a central center back, he adventures out. Usually Sergio Busquets could fill in that role, but if it's in the transition, you have Benzema facing against the likes of Mingueza and Longley. He has better odds, and then he also has Asensio as an outlet and who's been on form when it comes to goal scoring. So that front line would be dangerous for us.
I mean, 87. You look at this lineup. What's you're thinking from a Barca point of view?
Yeah, I think Vinicius could cause danger for Real Madrid. For Barcelona as well. Although I did remember, I think in the El Clasico, Dest played really well against Vinicius. I think Vinicius wasn't really able to get in the game. So. I think Dest, if Dest starts tomorrow, which I do expect, I think Dest can pocket. I think Dest can mark Vinicius.
So would you prefer to face Valverde or Modric in that midfield? Who would cause more issues?
Well, I think in the last El Clasico, Valverde scored the opening goal for them. So I think. I think
Modric scored as well.
Yeah. I suppose Valverde would be more of an issue because I think his pace will probably cause us issues.
Okay, and so Mo, what do you make of this whole thing? Do you think it would be wise for Madrid to opt for Valverde over Modric? Because with Valverde, again, he's the runner. He's much fitter. He's much more athletic. But Modric has much more quality, specifically in the final third. It's a tough decision.
If I'm Zidane, There are a couple of things on my mind. First of all, I just played a very intense game versus Liverpool, and I have another one coming up in a few days.
Mm.
So the midfield trio particularly will be a bit tired. Casemiro, Modric, Kroos, especially Modric and Kroos with their advanced age. They may be a bit leggy. With that being said, it is essential for them to start because they control the game. So what I would do is I would drop Asensio and play Valverde and play all four. The second reason for this, besides, because Valverde will add energy
Okay. You'll drop Asensio for who?
For Valverde, and then put Modric in there.
Okay, so it still be a 4-3-3?
No, it would be like a 4-1-2-1-2 basically, or like a 4-3-1-2.
So you're saying bring Modric in here?
Yeah, and then Benzema and Vinicius up front together.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So because Valverde, he gives you the energy in a slightly tired midfield. And I would play Valverde on the right side of midfield and Kroos on the left, because we see with Vasquez is a vulnerability defensively. So he could use the support from Valverde. And we saw him do this versus Liverpool when Valverde came in. He was a lot of the time basically playing at right back when they were defending next to Vasquez. So he gives you energy. He supports Vasquez. And we know that Barca's favorite area of the pitch is their midfield. And as Zeman mentioned, they've been playing with four midfielders, so he can help you with the press on those midfielders. Asensio off the bench could give you a good shot of energy as well if needed.
The only thing about this is that up against a team like Real Madrid could have. It was good for Real Madrid to still go with the back three when they played Atalanta in the second leg, because they're the superior team, so they could go there. It would be in such a pivotal game against an opponent that knows you so well, to go with a formation that you're not really too well versed in could be quite risky.
Well, see, the thing is, it could be, but first of all, Zidane, we've seen he likes to throw those curveballs sometimes versus Barcelona. I don't know why he just likes to throw those curveballs to take them by surprise. And this isn't a completely unfamiliar formation for Real Madrid. They don't usually start with it, but they've played a lot with it in the second half at times, where he, let's say he's playing Casemiro, Kroos, Modric, he brings on Valverde, and then they move to this shape. So even though it's not from the start, they have some familiarness with it.
Okay, so let's now look at Barcelona, man. So I think we have you see the Madrid guy is pretty much outnumbered here, man. So let's bring in look, I told the Madrid guys that, hey man, come in, but it is what it is. The Barca guys.
Who's gonna work the reverse psychology?
Oh, bloody Wilson, man. So. Okay, so here we have it, man. This is Barcelona. Let's try and bring this guys a bit down here like this. So obviously gonna have Stegen. Is this Stegen still in goal?
Yeah.
So back three or back four?
Back three. He's gonna go with the back three.
So what are the three?
The three are probably gonna be Longley. Longley is more to the left. He's not. Yeah. And then in the middle, you'll have Frankie de Jong.
Oh, wow. Central defense?
Yeah. He's actually been doing well in terms of adventuring the ball outside from.
And then
the Catalonia media is saying that Araujo's going to start. So I'm guessing Araujo's going to start from what I'm hearing.
So how do we navigate this midfield then?
Okay, it's basically two midfield that consists of Sergio Busquets and Pedri, and then the two most widest players is Dest and Jordi Alba, which are essentially wing back position.
No, that's right. This is Alba, isn't it? And then this is Dest.
Yeah, Dest. And then and then you have 2 above them of Griezmann and Messi. That's Griezmann. And then you gotta do it. Messi. And then Dembele up top.
Not goat weight.
No.
We have to save him for the Copa del Rey final, bro.
That's he's
Yeah, they have to
a
save him.
finals merchant. He's degrees of difficulty. Yeah.
So, okay, so let me come to Madrid first. So, Madrid, if you're looking at this lineup now, what are you saying? Do you see some weaknesses here? Do you see some holes you can pick out here?
Yeah, I actually see. I don't really know how Araujo plays, but I definitely see Vinicius winning a penalty or exposing those 3 because when they play with the back 3, does De Jong usually go forward or does he play back?
Yeah. Sometimes
He'll join
he
the
adventures
midfield.
out.
Yeah,
Sometimes
he'll
he'll-
join the midfield.
Sometimes he adventures out, and then Sergio Busquets kind of takes that role for like until De Jong comes back, or Sergio. Yeah, but usually in the transition, that's where we're probably gonna get caught off. But yeah,
like if Busquets gets lower, I can see a Busquets getting the ball from Vinicius. So I definitely see a penalty, or even.
So it's going to be Vinicius up against Dest, and if he does a go Asensio up against Alba, and I think Dest has probably been better defensively than Alba, if I was to say so. So that would look. Dest is definitely an upgrade on Trent. So that's going to be interesting, man. So let me show some guys that are in here, man. So Damien, do you think that is the strongest lineup for Barcelona? Are you looking at that?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's just it's the best we can go with right now. Especially with the back 3. We look very safe defensively. With De Jong, stringing passes, to the midfield, to the fullback. So I feel like he'll be, a key factor in this. I feel like Destin Araujo is gonna have to be careful with Vinicius. So I feel like they'll probably double up on him. So to make sure that he doesn't lubricate one or the other. Call me crazy, but I feel like Griezmann might be like a key factor in this. Like just
the side chick.
Yeah. Wait. Hear me out. Like, so like, you know that like Griezmann likes to roam around, roams around the box, and all that. And without having Ramos there, like I feel like we can like expose, Militao, because like he's not I feel like he's not a player that can stick on his defender. I mean, stick on his attacker. So I feel like Griezmann might actually say what's up. Whether he does or I don't know, but I feel like he might actually do something in this game.
Just say real quick before I come to Walker. Natsa, I've sent you a link to the stream. Check your DM. Natsa, Latsa, I've sent you a link to the stream. Latsa, check your DM. Just very quick here. Amchi Critic says, would you take Messi and give us Timo? We need a 9. Yes, I would.
No, he's not a 9. Not a 9.
Amchi Critic, he asked me. Amchi Critic, yes.
This guy is a false 5, man.
Can I answer the guy's question? Amchi Critic, I would gladly give you Timo wrapped in a bowl. Do you want it in a bowl? However you want him, we will gladly give him to you. Plus cash as well, if you give us Messi. Because you said you need a 9. Amchi Critic, I will literally send him first class to you, 100%. So, and from Tia, who says Araujo is quick, and if you talk to fans, he's our best defender.
That's true. I was about to say that amongst our defenders, the best player to face Vinny is Araujo.
So,
Because
so,
But don't you think
wait,
that
so was he missing from both legs against PSG?
yeah,
Yeah.
he was injured.
Yeah, he was injured.
Yeah, he was injured.
Sadly.
Could have been
See, that's
important.
the thing. Like, wouldn't you say he's a bit of a risk since he's just coming back from an injury?
No,
He won't be
no.
as
It's a
sharp.
I
huge
would
game,
say
bro.
that.
It's a huge
I-
game. If there's a game to risk him for, it's this game.
Yeah, I would say that, but the thing is, he's less of a risk compared to PK because Aroha has gotten some couple of
definitely.
minutes. He's gotten some couple of
extremely.
minutes. So out of him, I would start him. If Koeman starts PK again and he
Yeah, I
repeats
was
that
gonna say
same
that.
mistake, we're gonna have to have a serious talk about this
Because
guy's
even
decision
with
making.
because they
PK,
said like
Lord have
PK he's back from injury, so he's available to be
Yeah.
picked.
No, but this guy
Yeah,
isn't
he's in the
match
squad.
fit. He's not match fit. He's a part of the squad, but he's more of an emergency because he's not match fit. He doesn't have the match
Yeah, and the
fitness to
other
play this
thing
game.
is,
He'll probably
in,
play the Copa del Rey
in
final.
usual cases, whenever Real Madrid and Barca face, Vinicius always seems to have PK on toast. Now, whether he puts away his chances is a different question, but he always seems to get past PK with ease. After that, the fact that PK is just recovering from an injury and is not fit, I think it would be a very bad matchup for Barca. So definitely PK cannot start.
So let me bring in so Walker. Looking at this lineup, are you happy with this lineup against Real?
Yeah, man. I'm happy with it, but my only problem is Griezmann because I think Coman is gonna put De Jong in the midfield actually and put Araujo in the middle and the central defense and then put Mingueza where Araujo is and then put Frankie De Jong like in the midfield. So we're gonna play with like 5 midfielders and play Messi and Dembele up front. I think we're gonna go that way, Berardo. Because Griezmann, he hasn't done anything in any big games this season, so I wouldn't go with him. So yeah, I don't know.
So Griezmann, what if Griezmann shows up in this game though?
I mean, he can come off the bench, but I think Araujo and Mingueza they're very quick, especially with Vinicius and Benzema. They're gonna be and De Jong is more effective in the middle. He's more effective than Griezmann during 90 minutes. So I think Griezmann is on the bench for me, but it can go either way. Really, it can go either way.
So okay, wait. So let me. I need to mute you, bro. Also, sooner check your DM. I've sent you the link. Also, sooner check your DM. I've sent you the link. So have we gotten? I think so. So 87 thoughts of this lineup. Happy with this setup. Dembele as striker. That's a back three. Those two in midfield. Do you think this is the most effective lineup against Real?
I don't know if it would be wise to put De Jong as center back because I don't think De Jong he isn't a natural center back. So that I wouldn't really do that if I was Koeman. I would actually put Mingueza because he's a natural center back. And Griezmann, as far as he is concerned, I don't know if it would be best to start him because he hasn't really been that consistent. Although he has come up big in some games this season, but I don't think he's been consistent enough this season. So I don't know if I would. I think I wouldn't start him. I would put him on the bench.
Yeah, the only problem with that is the fact that with Griezmann, like this is one of those things that are kind of I kind of criticize Koeman for. He finds like this one formation and he sticks with it until it stops working. And with Griezmann, it seems to fit in the team's performing. Therefore, Koeman is most likely going to start him. As much as he's not performing well, he's going to start. And I'm hearing news that De Jong is going to start from the center back position. So I don't know if that will transition throughout the game, but he's going to start from there. But I wouldn't. But he's going to start from there.
What's it called, Mo? What do you make of this Barca setup?
Yeah, I think for Barca, I mean, look, it's definitely a decent, like, given what you have. I think I would, instead of going with the front three, I would go with the 3-5-2 because I think versus Casemiro, Kroos, and Modric, regardless of whether Valverde starts or not, against Casemiro, Modric, and Kroos, you need to be able to press them effectively. And
so you're saying that an extra body in midfield.
Yeah, so instead of like remove the one attacker like Griezmann and bring in someone in midfield. Now, who could that be? I guess the best option would be to bring up De Jong to the midfield and play Oscar in the back, basically. Because, as I said, Busquets is slow. He can't press the way he used to. Pedri is more of an attacking midfielder. He doesn't have much experience defensively.
See, just as you said, right, are we sure that Barcelona midfield can be able to be streetwise enough to go up against one of the best trios? So if, let's say, Zidane goes old school and goes up against like one of the great trios that we've seen, how? Because I'm looking at, I don't see a Xavi or an Iniesta on this image unless I'm seeing things. So.
Yeah, that's why I think you need De Jong in the midfield. Like Busquets and Pedri alone won't be able to deal with that Real Madrid midfield.
Because I would think that Pedri would be better here, a lot more attacking and a lot more in the final third. Because if you now put him in here, this is a whole different position than playing over here, because there's a lot more responsibility required of you playing here, especially if you're going up against a Real Madrid, especially if they now start pressing you and start putting you under pressure. Busquets is amazing under pressure. Like he's very good under pressure. Pedri, how good is he if he's now being pressed, double teamed, and so forth?
Yeah, exactly. And that's why I would go with like a 3-5-2. Just have De Jong, just that extra pivot. He's got more energy, more pace. He can press Modric and Kroos a bit better. And Casemiro
okay, so you're saying so he puts De Jong in here.
Yep,
and he puts Mengueza in here.
Yeah, and have Messi and Griezmann up. Messi and Dembele up front.
So who is the other midfielder then?
So Pedri, De Jong, and Busquets.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, basically that's how I would go with it. Maybe like have Pedri and basically that's how I would. Because as I said, Pedri, you give him more freedom like this. You would give him more freedom to control the game rather than having defensive duties. You would relieve him of that. De Jong has more energy to press Casemiro, Modric, and Kroos, and then alongside Busquets, he can make up for his lack of pace. And Alba and Dest can also always offer you attacking options on the wings. That's why you can live with just two guys up front rather than having a front three. You don't necessarily need wingers. So Messi and Dembele. Messi is obviously going to have a free role, and then Dembele can make the runs he likes to make, and then you have Alba and Dest bombing down the wings, but you still have this protection in midfield. And because you have the big three, you have some protection on Vinicius and Asensio or whoever plays.
Let me bring in Nats into this conversation. So Nats, what are you saying? So Nats, so basically this is oh no, sure, sorry. Let me bring up the Real Madrid lineup. So this is the Real Madrid lineup that have gone with. Actually, well, this was the alternative one, but I think the one that people are saying that is most likely to happen is this. So, and then Asensio. If you look at that lineup, strong lineup. So, because I think the big bone of contention was, does it go with Valverde or Modric? And the thinking is that Valverde may be more effective than Modric in this game. How do you see it?
The thing is here, I know everybody knows that Real Madrid have a big game against Liverpool. However big that Clasico is big, but Real Madrid is a team that focuses on the Champions League, so I feel like they'll rest Modric for this game because Modric, in my opinion, is more important for them than either Kroos or Casemiro. So if he does rest Modric, the midfield battle will be even, in my opinion, because they won't dominate at the midfield. And I feel like people are saying De Jong playing at centre back, that would be a big mistake. It'll be a big mistake because De Jong playing at centre back, it only works against the small teams. Like it won't work against the big sides, the teams that are gonna try to dominate you. And this is one of the only games, one of the only El Clasico I'm expecting Madrid to totally dominate the ball. and take their game to Barcelona. And Barcelona, in my opinion, they have to have a stronger defense because we all know what happened in the Champions League where Vinicius, one ball over the top and Vinicius was already inside. So they know how to play those diagonal balls and over the top balls with Cruz playing from deep. So, can I talk about the Barcelona lineup as well?
Yeah, no, it's there. There you go. Barcelona lineup.
So 100% De Jong has to play in midfield because someone said, I can't remember who it was, said Busquets it just hasn't got those legs anymore. So if they're going to do anything here, they have to have a strong midfield. And Des can play. Des is very good in the ball, so sometimes he can come inside the midfield as well. Sometimes he can go outside of the wing. So they have that option as well. And I feel like Araujo has been a revelation for Barcelona. Like that kid, that guy has been good.
No. Okay, look. I mean, do they still lose 4-1 if Araujo was in that first leg? Especially with how trash Longley and thingy was at PSG.
No, that's the thing, man. With this formation, regardless of it, I still feel like, you know, with Vinny and Asensio, if they're able to get behind a Serginho Dest or Alaba, and they're able to put in a cross and Longley's at the end of it, it's a danger. The only person I really trust when it comes to crosses that I'm confident on is Araujo, because his timing is perfect, but I'm not that confident when it comes to crosses on the box. So this
see, my thing is Barcelona's key, and this is obvious. I mean, even before we even look at them defensively and so forth, I think for them is this dude and how well this dude and this dude combines with him. If let's say it's Pedri and Dembele, because if Messi gives Dembele that ball and Dembele is a one. Remember, Courtois is for me the best 1v1 keeper in the world now. So if Dembele gets that 1v1, is he going to put it away? And if they have this one so passes and so forth, will they? Because you know Alba is on Messi's wavelength, but will Dest, Pedri, and Dembele be able to give Messi the support that he needs? Because my thing is, I believe that because guys were saying, "Oh, Nacho and Militao had a good game." I don't know, because Liverpool were outplayed. You know, I think Barcelona will put up a stronger fight than what Liverpool did. So now we're really going to see how well Nacho and Militao now do, because Barcelona will be able to have more of the ball and be more effective and dangerous with the ball than Liverpool were. So I think now we can actually talk about, okay, can Nacho and thingy get exposed?
I disagree, because they don't have a striker there for Barcelona. Likewise with Liverpool, they don't have that presence. So
no. But if they combine well with the passing, which is what your boy does at Man City, I think that Barcelona's, basically put it this way, Barcelona in the last 3, 4, 5, 6 games have been playing much better than Liverpool have played all season. You know, Liverpool have been crap all season, but Barca they're the most informed team in La Liga right now, and they've played far better than Liverpool have played in their entire season. So
and even on a bad day.
I think the likes of Pedri's kind of being underestimated in terms of this guy could go to any position and he'll feel comfortable in it. That's why Koeman likes to start him in that position. And when you see throughout the season, when players like Ricky Puig get introduced, he's usually able to tuck in behind Ricky Puig in his positioning. That's why Koeman likes to start him in various positions. That's why I think that with Pedri, it's not only the fact that he's going to have a connection with Messi. It's the fact that in front of him, he's also going to have a Dembele that's going to be playing between the lines and making those runs for him. Now it's a matter of Dembele has to show up. Dembele has to show up because he's going to get chances. It's just a matter of his finishing. That's a question in terms of personnel.
He's improved his finishing though. He feels like
he has. It's just those chances. Those like big chances. Sometimes he misses it, but he has improved his finishing. So
he scores the hard chance. The thing with Dembele is he scores the hard chances, but he misses the easy ones. It's kind of like I don't know. I don't know how he does it, but yeah, exactly. One of those
I want to bring in Osasuna. Talk to me, man. From Madrid's point of view, talk to me.
This has to be a 4-3-3. The 3-5-2 of Barcelona is a very polarizing formation. not a balanced one. It's the 3-5-2 of Barcelona is very aggressive. Just like the 3-5-2 of Chelsea is very defensive. You can only have a defensive or offensive 3-5-2. There is no balance. So what the 4-3-3 will do is a classic 4-3-3 with wingers. It doesn't work as well against a 5 at the back or 3 at the back. But this 4-3-3 that Madrid play, it's much more compact. It's much more that the wingers come inside a lot. That's going to put all the center backs 1v1. That's how you counter 3-5-2 pretty much. It's it's very easy actually. Like
but my thing though is Vasquez. Vasquez is a very good, useful player, but he's not giving you anything going forward.
I'm not asking him to do anything going forward. It's literally 3 players going 1v1 against the center backs of Barcelona. They're going to have a field day, which is why you have to put the 3 forwards there. It's like playing with 3 strikers almost. Playing with 2 strikers against 3 at the back is never ideal. You always want to go 1v1 if possible against the 3-5-2.
But my thing though, Asensio has to really go out wide because
I wouldn't say you play Asensio. I say you play Rodrigo.
Oh. So you go with so why would you go with Rodrigo?
Because he's better on 1v1s. Asensio is a nice dribbler when it comes to like dribbling through tight spaces, but Rodrigo is better when it comes to the 1v1s. If Hazard could play this game,
relax.
Even though he's been breaking it, I would maybe start him just because he can
he's not in the
player 1v1. I know he's not. I'm just giving an example.
Not a shot.
I'm just using him as an example here, but that's why I'm saying. If you want, the best way to beat that 3 at the back is just to go with this. It's easy, simple tactics like Zidane likes to keep it. Because Barcelona don't like defending 1v1. Well, defending 1v1 is what Madrid do. That's Madrid's thing. That's the whole thing with their defense. It's their defense. Like, it's quite arrogant, actually, the way they defend. It's literally, our defenders are better than your attackers, so we will put them 1v1 against them with cover. And that's it. Which is why this 4 at the back is fine for Real Madrid because it's going to... sort of derail the 2 forwards, and Casemiro is going to mark Messi. So I think you need to go with this formation. Don't put Valverde in there. Put Kroos and Modric because you want to control that midfield. If you have the 3 at the back, that means that you have to bring a midfielder into the defense, and that means you have less players that can dominate in the midfield, which means that you want complete control over the midfield. Valverde provides more energy in the midfield, but Modric and Kroos provide more control and just balance in the midfield, which is what I think you really want in this game. Maybe Valverde comes on in a sub to bring in the energy, but
so if you now look at
yes, Barcelona now,
because basically the main
working.
thing is
the 3-5-2 is working, right?
So De Jong in defense or De Jong in midfield.
De Jong in midfield. Biscuits will get overrun by Modric and Kroos if he's alone in there with a Pedri or something. He needs someone else to control it with him, and I think like Barcelona, I just feel like will just be like they'll feel like they're going to be a man down the whole time. I think is the problem with this formation. I think the Madrid formation just naturally counters the Barcelona formation like this, like which is why I don't know. I feel like when we watch the game, it's gonna be like Barcelona have 1 man less. They're always going to be searching for that space or searching for that like one last man, but it's just never there.
Which is why it's going to be this dude is going to be very key because you're going to definitely be seeing Messi like here. Messi will be probably in here, collecting the ball here, and trying to now bring in and do combinations and triangles with Pedro and Dembele to create space because Real will have probably more possession control than the midfield. All Barcelona needs to do is just get from point A to point B as quickly as possible.
Yeah, which is why I think you want as many numbers back as possible because Madrid, you know that defense is makeshift defense, right? And normally, if you want to go against a makeshift defense, you want to target that. But you have Messi. Messi can target that by himself. As long as you have Messi, something will happen. So that's why, like, maybe he doesn't have a good game. Maybe he does. The best way to do this right now is to give your team the most opportunity to win. The best way Barcelona can win this game is a 1-0, maybe a 2-1 possibly. But I think 1-0 is pretty much the only way Barcelona can win this.
So last before, because I want to go back to Madrid. Griezmann, do you start him or do you bench him?
Griezmann. You have to start him, don't you? Because if you're going to play on the counter attack, If you're going to play not on the counter attack, but if you're just going to play a little bit more defensively, I feel like Griezmann's direct play will be much more effective than having a Pedri with his creativity or a Goatwait with his heading ability. I think that counter-attacking ability is going to be crucial for Griezmann.
Someone wanted to say something.
As much as I don't think Griezmann is, I don't think he's been performing up to par. I do think that as much as I criticize him, he does add that defensive quality we need in order to compact the middle of the park, and that's something that's essential. As well as I would also add that as much as he's not necessarily the greatest on the ball, it's his connection with Jordi Alba is the reason why he moved him more so to Jordi Alba's flank. Yeah. In order to create those quick touch transitions.
Jordi Alba.
Jordi Alba is key. And then as well as Desk's ability to take on players one-on-one. If he's able to pass through their defense and put in either that cross or that pass back into the middle, and players are able to take shots, because I've noticed that Koeman has kind of changed his philosophy in terms of building a play to get that perfect pass.
Yeah.
It's been more so if you're in a position and you don't have a pass to pass it to, don't pass it back. Take a shot.
Which is why Griezmann works better. And I never thought about Alba, because Alba against Vasquez is going to be a thing, right? And Alba with his speed is always going to get in behind the whole time. Vasquez is going to have a lot of work to do.
And again, that's just why I wanted to pull out the other occasions, because I believe if we go back to the Madrid thing, and I want to also bring in your boy in here. Fuck. Sorry. So basically, oh shit. Sorry. And this thing is so fucking unwieldy, man. Sorry. Excuse my French. So weak points. Now, let's go back to the Liverpool game. Arguably, one of the biggest underperformance for Liverpool this season has been Mane. So Vasquez had a field day, because he was up against a guy who we know is talented, but who's having probably the worst season of his career, So he wasn't exposed, because see, Vasquez is a utility man. So Vasquez, right back, left back, cleaner, pawn director, what anything you need him for, like he'll wipe your ass, he'll clean the piss of the floor. Anything you need him for, Vasquez is there, and he'll do a good job. He will wipe that piss like no one is business. But he's not an expert at wiping piss off to the floor. He's not an expert at cleaning your ass. But he'll do it. If you have to do it, he'll clean your ass. But that's not his expertise. So my thing, though, is he's going to be far tested against, whether you want to say Griezmann or against Pedri, and for sure against an Alba.
Or Dembele even.
Or even the Us. So Mendy is solid. Like Mendy is cool. But Vasquez is going to be key. So I want to come to Madrid, just hearing what the Barca guys are saying and so forth, your perception, your thoughts on everything.
If Dembele has a good game, I can't see how Vasquez can defend against him. That's why I think that Valverde will be key in this game, because if he's on the right side with Vasquez, he'll be able to team up against whichever Barcelona player is coming.
So basically, you'd want it like this then, to give him support, because you trust Mendy more against whoever is there.
Yeah, Dest isn't passing Mendy. No, he isn't.
No.
So I think that with Valverde on the right, with Vasquez, I think they'll be able to defend against Alba and Dembele.
That's why I think the 4-1-2-1-2 is the best thing for Madrid, because you still have Modric's control, but you still have Valverde to support Vasquez, as I was explaining earlier.
One thing I would say between outside of the formation, between the managers, Koeman is horrible at substitutions. While with to a certain extent, I would say that Zidane makes better substitutions at crucial. The problem with Koeman is he's so reliant on playing one way, and if we go down 1-0, I feel like he's gonna hit the panic, button, and he's gonna end up making these substitutions that unbalance the game and give more space to Madrid to counterattack. So it's down to
like 6 forwards last time again these guys played.
Yeah. That's the problem. He'll put up forwards, and then he'll put up he'll end up substituting Moriba in for a box transition too late. It's a quality of substitutions as well as the time with Koeman, and that's always been his criticism this season.
So let me just hit some of these dubs, man. So first dub, this is a useless dub, but I have to read this trash anyway. From LSK Laxon, who says, HH, why is Zad not in that lineup? Because genius, he's not in the freaking squad, and he is not going to be used for the rest of the season. Okay, just relax. Okay, it is what it is. You had your fun. Hazard is just trying to chill out and relax. He'll come back stronger next season. From Marinona, this is interesting, and this is definitely for the panel. Is this the biggest El Clasico in the last 3 years? So Cristiano left in 2018.
Yep.
Because you could make an argument because of what the table looks like. So,
well, last season it was also really close at the top though with Barca and Real when Real won 2-0. Yeah. It was like 1 point between them.
Yeah, I mean, like,
but we don't care about number one.
Because again, like, so we're 20. So like after the game, it will be 8 games to go. So this is pretty much right at the finishing line and so forth. So
by the way,
for me,
Atletico, right? We don't count.
No, those guys are
forget those guys.
Only Atletico will finish third in a 1-horse race.
Forget those. I said, look, we're not addressing those. We're not addressing Atletico, Madrid. We're not addressing those clubs.
I'm going to have a talk about these guys.
So my thing here is, sorry. No.
I was just gonna say, like, in terms of the most important Clasico, I remember there was one a few years ago that was like game week 34 or 35, but I think that was more than 3 years ago. That was like 4 or 5 years ago. Because I remember.
Oh, was that the Messi show?
Yeah, when Messi scored in like the last.
Yeah, but that wasn't really that big though, because Madrid were still 6 points ahead before the game and still 3 points ahead afterwards.
Was that the Messi shed thing? Because that was 2017.
Yeah, that one.
Madrid won the double, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Madrid still won the league.
Exactly, yeah.
But like Barca gave themselves a chance in that one.
Okay, so Barca winning, they still went behind. So when Barca won that game, they were still behind Madrid in the league.
Yeah, 3 points still behind.
Yeah, bro, 1 point.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about the 2017 season? It was 90 points and 93 points. It was literally 3 points.
That was the one. That's
the one. It was literally 3 points. It was frustrating. Yeah, it was 3 points.
Oh wow! Look at that.
We were up neck to neck, and we ended up winning our last games. It's just a matter of.
No, Real won
116 goals. Gosh.
Yeah. Real won like their last out of their last 11 games. Real won 10, and they only lost with Barca.
See, this is what I said. The people call La Liga blah blah. It's very rarely that the team wins by 10 or 9 points. Okay. So
that was
2 points.
Yeah. That was 1 point.
1 point.
The next one was like 15 points.
Okay, yeah, okay. This is the second
La Liga, those two La Liga teams.
The next one was also like 10 points.
Okay, yeah.
Then that one was 7 points, I think, or 5 points. 5 points.
5 points.
Like they've kept this level for a long period.
Ignore that one, man. Yeah, just scroll down past Atletico.
Yeah, look, man.
No, even Sevilla have more chance of winning La Liga than Atletico.
Yeah, no, forget those guys.
If they win it this year, if we win it yesterday, we have to apologize.
So
they were 14 points up top.
I'm not apologizing for anything,
guys. Let's get to predictions now. It's time for predictions, man. So I'll start things off, man. And I'll give you my thoughts, man. I can't call it. I don't think I can pick. I don't think a team is going to win. This screams of a draw. They're both on form. They're both playing well. I don't see how either side lost. So let's say, notwithstanding a dodgy decision, notwithstanding a red card or so forth, this feels like a 1-1 or a 2-2. I feel they're going to be goals, so I'm going to lean more towards a 2-2. I think it's going to be it's a 2-2. Get those goals and so forth. So yeah, I'm going to lean towards a nice, exciting. I think it's going to be a good game. Like again, maybe I'm wrong, maybe it'll be boring, but I just think that because they're playing so well, it means so much. These games are normally very attacking and very open. That nobody's inhibited. I think we may have a really good game. So I do feel that it's going to be pretty open. There are going to be chances, opportunities. It'll be a bit back and forth. Then it will slow down. Then we'll go back and forth again. Real will control. Barca will control. Real control. Barca will control. Ultimately, I think we're going to settle with a 2-2. 87. Your thoughts? How does the match go?
Man, this is a tough one.
Mike, we can't hear you. We can't hear you in Siberia. We can't hear you. Mic up. Volume up.
Better.
Yeah, talk. You're still volume down. Okay. We'll come back to you. But Mo, talk to me.
Okay, I think, look, as you said, it's going to be tight, like so tight. I just feel like there's something I should note in terms of for Barcelona. If Barcelona go down like 1-0 at halftime or 2-1 or something, there's something they should recognize with Real Madrid. It seems as though every time at the beginning of the second half, if anyone watches boxing, you'd know what a coasting round is. So the first 15 minutes or so of the second half, Real Madrid kind of sit back. If they're in the lead, they kind of sit back, allow you to come at them and just try to defend, like they did versus Liverpool. Versus Liverpool, it didn't work out because Liverpool scored. So Barca should keep in mind that, even if you go down at halftime, you still have those opening 15, 20 minutes where you can really press them and do something. And so that's why I think, like, even if someone is up at halftime, and Real Madrid can always come at you. So even if it's like someone's up at halftime, it won't be over. With that being said, I'm going to say, and I hate predictions because it's always a stab in the dark. I want to say Real Madrid edge it 2-1.
Damien.
Well, I'm not going to be as arrogant as I was last El Clasico preview. I don't know why I said 4-1 to us, but yeah, I'm not a reverse psychology merchant like Vilton, so I'm gonna stick with like 1-1. I'm gonna keep it safe. So,
what's it called? Madrid.
It depends. If we have the Vinicius we had against Liverpool, I can see Madrid winning this game 4-1. The thing is that 4-1. 4-1. The thing is that I think that in this game Madrid will have possession of the ball, and I really can't see how Barcelona can get the ball from us. But for Barcelona, for instance, if they try to control the game, I easily see Madrid picking up the ball quickly with Valverde and Casemiro helping us recover. So I would say like at the 15th minute or earlier in the game, Madrid will score, and at halftime it would be 2-0, and then in the second half, another Barcelona will score when it will be 3-0, and then at the 18th minute or in the end of the game, Benzema will score a fourth goal.
Z-Man, talk to me, man. Talk to me.
I wanna pop those bottles.
Whoa, easy, Z-Man, relax.
I want to pop those bottles,
bro.
man. I want to
Easy, bro.
pop those bottles down.
Easy, bro.
Easy, bro.
Relax,
Nice, man.
relax.
So nice, man.
I want to pop those bottles down, man.
Relax, bro.
Madrid just gave Madrid some bad juju. Don't undo it, Zeman, if you want your team to win.
Z-Man,
Bad juju doesn't work against Zidane.
No. Don't worry, man. I got.
Bad juju doesn't work against
Dan.
He's got anti-juju press spray. Zidane has, man. Zidane is blessed by the football gods. Zima, talk to me, man. Talk to me.
Yeah, I want to pop those bottles down, man. I believe I have the best witch doctor known to mankind. So I'm gonna go with 3-1. I see us. I see us popping those bottles, man. I can't wait for Saturday.
Oh my god.
I have this on lock, bro.
All right, man. Okay, look about Walker. Talk to me about Walker. Talk to me.
I don't know. Man. I think if the Us shows up, really, if he shows up, I think we're winning like 2-1. But if we get the brick Us, the Class B Us, I don't think we're winning. But PK shouldn't even sniff this game, even off the bench. He shouldn't even be on the bench. So I think Messi always shows up. So if Messi shows up and the Us shows up, we're winning. So yeah, that's my prediction. Because I think Araujo is gonna be solid.
So if the Us shows up, what are you saying? 2-0, 3-0, 4-0, 4-1,
No, relax.
Us hat trick, bro. Us hat trick. It's gonna be an Us hat trick.
2-1.
Guys, let's try that. If the Us gets a hat trick, we're doing it 24-hour. I'm just trying that. If the Us gets that, because no, trust me, we'll pop. I'm saving this for.
Oh no, we're gonna have a dedication stream to that, man.
Natsa,
You've already won.
Natsa, talk to me. How does this game go?
But first of all, before I go into my thoughts about the game, I want to say I don't understand how people go from minute to minute and predict every second, because football is so unpredictable.
But it's for the fun of it, man. It's fun to do it. It is fun to do so.
42 minutes 35. Benzema's gonna score.
And Natsa, what if it's right? Natsa, if it is right, then please, then I need to hire you because I need some extra cash, man. But continue, man.
Then you can win the lottery if you do that shit. If you can actually predict it.
Yeah, look, the lottery is a scam, but that's a separate topic.
Usually, I like to predict the game right when the lineups come out because you really don't know what can happen before. But if I'm gonna look at it, my voice is losing. If I'm gonna look at this from a point of view of who has more to lose, I feel like Barca have more to lose, and Real Madrid will go in that game knowing that they have competitions that they can. Champions League is a competition they can win and basically save their season from being a failure. But Barcelona only have what's it called again, the La Liga, to save their season. So I feel like Barcelona will go in there knowing that they have to win this game. So they'll go for it. And they'll probably win it as well because Messi will be down for it and he wants to win a trophy for Barcelona if he's going to leave. So I feel like he's going to, especially because it's El Clasico and how much is riding on it. As much as we don't want to talk about Atletico, but they're still in it as much as we don't talk about it. So there's a lot riding in this game. So
score
2-1 Barcelona. I don't think it's going to be high scoring. It's going to be very cagey, but Barcelona will get the
So-
job done and Dembele will show up.
So before I come to Osasuna, I just got this alert from Bleacher Report, which I don't say. It says Juve offers Icardi Dybala swap. Juve contacts PSG over potential summer striker exchange. So we'll probably talk about that on Saturday. But Dybala to PSG.
It's gonna be money, bro.
Juve are just actively trying to kill themselves. I swear to God.
Icardi.
First Pirlo, now Icardi.
If I'm PSG, I will take a rocket launcher and say, make this deal happen yesterday. Take this bomb-ass, trash-ass, adulterous Icardi, and we'll gladly take Dybala.
I think this deal would be good for both sides because we know Icardi is a killer in Italy, to be honest.
Bro, Icardi for Dybala.
Yeah,
Juve are trying to win the Champions League. They don't
let's
care
not
about.
digress. Let's not digress. So give us your prediction.
Okay, so the keys are Dembele and what's his face, Vinicius, right? If good Vini shows up, it's good for Madrid. If bad Vini shows up, it's bad for Madrid. And if good Ousmane Dembele shows up for Barca, it's good and for them, and so on, right? Those two are the keys. I was gonna go with a pretty low-scoring, safe prediction of like 2-1 Madrid, but I have a feeling like this game like shows it's like a final. Madrid play these games like finals, like these last portion of games all like finals, which is always advantageous for them. But I just have a feeling something crazy is going to happen in this game. It'll be something like 4-3 Madrid or something.
But what does your gut tell you?
4-3 Madrid. That's what my gut's telling me. It's probably very illogical, but my gut is telling me 4-3.
4-3 to Madrid.
Yeah.
Okay, so wait, let's just do a few dubs before we get out of here. So from Armchair Critic, who says Messi's finished HH, it's up to Dembele to carry us. Where does this notion come from?
I don't know. That doesn't make sense.
Wait,
People don't watch football, man.
Wait, Messi has like 18 goals and like 8 assists this season.
23.
Yeah.
So where is this notion that he's fit? Like, I think because he's almost a victim of his quality, like because he has set such high standards. I think we're not expecting to know. I want you to single-handedly win a treble for this team. I mean, bro, it's football. There's only so much one singular man on a football pitch can do.
Can I say one thing?
And he almost did in 2019.
If Barcelona only win the Copa del Rey, this season is a failure still.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
so
for
people in the comments are saying
Obviously.
if they win the Copa del Rey, they win a trophy, but it doesn't matter. Really.
No.
But like the question is, yes, I agree that it would be a failure, but like, would it be the end of the world since Barca rebuilding? They don't have the greatest team right now, so would it be the end of the world?
The thing about this game is it has so much in line with it because we haven't necessarily performed well against big teams, and if we can't get a result against Real Madrid or any decent performance. What does that say about this team's progression? Were we actually making progression in towards of being a competitive team if we don't have the mental nous to compete at the league table?
So let me just phrase this. So from Alex Galaxon, who says respect Vasquez. He's gonna pocket the loose. Well, being that Vasquez isn't a normal right back, as our dear friend just said, if we get good Dembele, he's going to rip him a new one. Now, if we get bad Dembele, no. But if it's a 1v1, my money is on the Us over Vasquez in a 1v1. Wiseguy Jackson again says, Madrid red and whites won't bottle it. Well, bottling is for Gerrard, who slipped for Liverpool and so forth. I think that's supposed to expire. Yeah, I had to do that. No, that
Easy.
He said, please don't let it slip. He said, "Don't let it slip."
Let them live, man. Let them live.
Okay, so it's from YB Jeremy, 2-0. Zad will come off the bench and score a brace. What part of Hazard isn't in the squad? Do you not understand? Hazard isn't in the squad. Hazard's season is over.
I'm pretty sure there's a guy called Torgan on the bench.
Yeah. Blah blah blah. From Wiseguy Jackson again. If the lose lands a 3-piece, I'll reveal my team. No. Wiseguy Jackson, when you come here on Sunday or Saturday, tell us which crap bomber team that you support.
Arsenal.
I know which team he supports.
Wait, who does he support?
United. He supports United.
Of course, he supports United.
Damn.
Oh, it makes sense.
No one will ever find out who I support.
So basically, Thursday nights is trying to. More, don't worry, I have ways. So Thursday nights are going to give me. Now, this is a good one to end off. This is a good one to end off, man. From Mohammed Noor, who says, "Is this Lionel Messi's last El Clasico?"
Oh man, I'm trying to not think about that because it makes me sad.
Well, it depends if they win the Liga or not.
No.
Is it?
I don't think it matters.
I don't know actually.
No. The thing is with Laporta and his connections, I think he's gonna try to make him stay. And the way Messi's been moving, I don't think he's in a rush. He said he's gonna make up his mind at the end of the season, but I kind of think it's already made up with staying at Barcelona. So I could definitely see him staying. The way things are moving, the way he seems to want to stay, the way he's expressing himself, and it just feels like it's a totally different Messi compared to the beginning of the season.
So if Barca Copa del Rey doesn't mean jack crap. So if Barca win the league, because for me, I don't think it's dependent on the league. I think it's dependent on Haaland. If they win the league, but they don't get a big name player and it's still the same team and he gets Depay and Ronaldo, Messi's like, what is this? Like, Messi feels that, bro, I can still get and another CL up in here. I can still get
Messi-
another CL up
Hey,
in this space. Hence why I say PSG is the move.
Messi only goes to PSG if Neymar wins the Champions League this season.
Why would he go to
Neymar-
PSG if they already have?
The-
Wouldn't he want to go to win their first
He's not
Champions
good.
League?
No. I don't think Messi can do that. He just wants to win.
You know, the domino effect is crazy to think about it now, but the domino effect it will have on football, Messi, Haaland, and Mbappe, the domino effect will be crazy. Because I feel like if Messi goes to PSG, Mbappe will leave and sign probably for Madrid. If Haaland
Haaland's
signs
not
for
going
Barca, if
Okay,
Haaland
Barca.
signs for Barca, then Messi stays,
Mhm.
and then maybe Mbappe stays. If Mbappe moves, if like Haaland moves to Madrid, then maybe Messi stays. Either way, I don't know. It's crazy. Like something crazy is gonna go down this summer.
No, I mean, but where is everyone at right now? Messi staying or Messi going, or are you saying it's dependent on?
I feel like he's leaving
It's
either way.
dependent on a lot of things, but I think he's
Yeah.
staying.
I think he's staying for real.
I
Yeah.
think he's staying. Wait, does
It's
anyone
not-
have any thoughts on Marcelo? Sorry that I just asked this, but him playing this game?
I don't think Zidane is going to start him.
No.
I think Zidane,
Mendy's too good. Mendy's too
I
good.
know.
he
Just
relies
like-
on Mendy a lot.
Okay.
Although wait,
That must pass for Marcelo, man.
do you? I don't know. I don't know whether you follow Marcelo on Instagram, man. Like he posted this thing on Instagram where, man, do you know how good Marcelo is? Like he scored this goal in training when like really he's basically doing keepy ups with his head like that, controls the ball and then scores. I told you, Marcelo is different, bro. Marcelo is
No,
different.
he's one of the few last Brazilians.
Speaking
Yeah.
of
Less
Messi
Brazilians.
and
Do this money.
speaking of Messi and him leaving, we may have also witnessed Ramos's last Clasico last year in the Camp Nou. That may have been his last Clasico too if he leaves.
So you think Ramos leaves this summer?
Wait,
Well, I
Alaba
don't know. I'm
is
not
going
saying
to
he
Madrid.
will, but I'm not saying
Nah,
Ramos
that-
will leave, but he might.
Bro,
The rumors are that he might.
As I say, the way Alaba is looking right now,
That doesn't look like a good
That's not a
sign.
good
No.
replacement for Ramos, man.
That
Oh,
doesn't look
boy.
like a good signing.
Wait, what's this? Ramos going to Man United? What?
Nah,
It's just rumors. That's never gonna happen.
This guy's
He's look,
competitive,
no
He
bro.
only
offense
said
for Man
that to get a
United.
new contract.
That's the
No offense,
United
How
United
is
fans
Sergio
obviously
Ramos going
tried
to
to
go
manifest
from
it.
playing alongside Varane, Marcelo, Mendy to playing alongside a
Harry
convicted
Maguire.
criminal?
Lindelof.
A convicted criminal and a dude called a Lindelof. Nah, come on. I see
If
that is
Ramos leaves
ridiculous.
Madrid,
That's
if Ramos
ludicrous.
leaves Madrid, the only place he goes to is PSG. In my opinion.
Wait, actually, let's wait. So wait. So 87. Do you have your mic working now? 87. Is your mic popping off now? 87.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you now. So give us your scoreline, bro, and then we could get out of here.
It's kind of weird. It's like I have like two things. Like one is like what I hope for, one I believe. So like what I hope for is that we win, obviously. But what I really believe is going to happen is a draw. Like I have a feeling it's going to be a draw. I just think Madrid have been pretty good, and I think we have been good as well. And I think it's almost too even. So yeah, that's what I think.
So
Maybe like a 2-2.
what's 1-1, 2-2, 3-3, 4-4, 5-5, 6-6.
2-2 draw.
Why do I
Same
feel
as me.
like? Why do I feel like they're gonna score in the first 5 minutes? Something just tells me it's gonna be a bizarre game where.
I
No.
understand.
Look, I
It's
think
gonna be
this is all I ask. No VAR referee controversies, no red cards. But something tells me that it's something's gonna happen. Something's gonna happen.
Has anyone noticed that
referees.
Laxton has
They
stopped
changed
typing ever
referees.
since Natsa exposed him?
Was this?
Ever since Natsa exposed him, LSK Laxton hasn't typed a single thing.
We have found it.
Wait, I just
He found
Guys,
it.
look,
I
guys.
want to say
About
one more
4K,
thing,
bro.
No, one more thing, because I've had this. Just everybody can say it really quickly, and then go. Because I've had this debate with someone,
Mhm.
and I wanted to say who was a better fullback in terms of attackingly, Dani Alves or Marcelo?
Marcelo.
Oh,
In terms of
Marcelo.
attacking, Marcelo.
Marcelo. Like the thing
I don't know,
about
man.
Marcelo was no. See, Dani Alves was very effective, but Dani Alves sort of played well in the system. Every game, Marcelo would guarantee do something crazy. In every single game, Marcelo would pull off or say, "Well, how the hell did you do that?" And Marcelo was vital to Real Madrid's attack. Forget the defending, just forget that the guy didn't know how to defend. But in terms of him combined with Cristiano and what he did on that flank and so forth. Like, remember his goal against Bayern in the semi?
Oh yeah.
You know,
Scored against
That came out
Atletico
of
in the final.
absolutely nothing.
yeah, that's why
Marcelo
like
was
Marcelo
money,
he's one of
I feel like
my favorite players of all
Marcelo
time.
was
Like,
given the luxury though. He was given the luxury to do that though.
With Alves, yeah. No, but with Alves, I feel like whenever he went down the wing, he was a good crosser. But Marcelo, you see more dribbling, shooting, and like
skills,
just a more
beating,
all-round attacking
movements.
game.
Marcelo was
turn
a
and
cabinet
spin.
left back.
No, he's a converted winger into a left back, and it really shows with his style of play. Considering that he's very adventurous, but defensively he's not the best. So that's like the Madrid system.
Guys, can you
Can we all agree
imagine?
both of them are better than Roberto Carlos? Can we all agree?
Yeah,
Yeah,
100%.
yeah,
100%.
yeah.
No.
Yeah,
It's-
Roberto Carlos is kind of.
Roberto Carlos was trashing some of the
yes,
goals that he was
Okay,
scoring.
guys.
Easy. Guys.
When do we want to have this conversation? Because apart from that free kick against thing in
Wait,
That's
wasn't
the
that
only
a
thing
friendly?
people mention.
Wait, wasn't
That's
that
the
a
only thing
friendly
people
though?
mention.
Yes,
Yeah,
let's
no,
Roberto
that's
Carlos wasn't that great.
yeah.
He
And nobody wants to say it. Nobody wants to say it.
Nobody
Come on,
rated
man.
him.
You see, people always feel pressure to say, "Hey, Roberto Carlos, Cafu." No, because I remember him very well. See, Cafu was that dude. Roberto Carlos, like
was
for
alright.
me, Marcelo was far better going forward than Carlos.
Guys, I just
he's
had
more
a crazy
technically gifted.
thought.
Yeah, go for more.
If Messi and Ramos leave, can you imagine if they team up at PSG after like 15 years of rivalry and fighting? Now they go to PSG with Neymar, with Mbappe, with Marco. How crazy would that
It'll
be?
be crazy.
They were pretty behind them, I think.
But my thing is, but do PSG want to break up that Kimpembe Marquinhos partnership, which is very strong?
I mean, if you can
So
get
for-
Ramos, why wouldn't you? Like,
But you guys are
No,
overactive Ramos.
no. The
He's
reason why
35?
is that Kimpembe is French, so he like that, and Marquinhos is
No.
pretty much like the leader
No,
of that
but-
team.
But you could also move Marquinhos to the middle of the park.
true.
You could also try doing
Instead
that.
of what? You have Paredes there. You have
Guy.
you have
Oh, you
Yeah,
can
Marco
like,
there.
guy.
HA. You
Just
can have
like-
Marquinhos. You can have a midfield of Marquinhos, Verratti, and Paredes, and then a front three of Messi,
And you can
Mbappe,
also have
and
like
Neymar.
Navas.
Okay, wait. So
Yeah, that's
from
a good
Yasser's
lineup.
side, man, who says Marcelo played in and started in 7-1s. Yeah, see, Yasser, you're
Relax.
just being a
No.
hater. Who cares? That
Bro,
doesn't take
everybody
away
got
from
it.
what he's done. Okay, so no.
I don't think Dan
Does-
Alves played that game. So
So
I'm just
No,
saying.
no, no.
I'm just saying.
We're
look,
talking about their attacking, not their defending.
if you want
anyway.
to talk about accolades, Dani Alves, but Dani Alves, I think, is one of the most decorated players in history. I think he's won every
Most
trophy.
trophies.
Yeah,
I think
Yeah.
he's won every single trophy. But actually, apart from he's won
Yeah,
everything
World
apart
Cup.
from the World Cup.
Yeah. World Cup.
So if he wins the World Cup, he'll be like the most decorated guy ever, and Brazil ends winning the World Cup. I mean, that's for another one. Guys, look, man.
He's not even in the
Needs-
squad anymore.
And so guys, I'll see you tomorrow. So obviously we'll have the hangout straight after the El Clasico, and we'll discuss
Those
that.
bottles down.
Well,
Easy, guys.
bottles
Peace out,
down.
straight through. I'm out. Peace out.
Oh, one.